Hi, this is Jim Mann with Homestyle Southern Cooking. Thank you for letting me come back and spend time with you at the moment. Today I'm going to bring you something that's a little bit unusual. This is the Ted Lasso butter biscuit. It's 2 steps and it's absolutely delicious. It's like a British or a Scottish shortbread. So let's just get to it. Let me show you how it's made. It's so simple to make. I got my food processor out here. And the ingredients is I've got almond flour. I'm going to take a 1/2 cup of almond flour. A 1/2 cup of almond flour and put that in my food processor. Then to that I'm going to add a 1.5 cups of just regular flour. 1.5 cups. I tried this biscuit, and like I said, it's so simple to make. You will not believe how simple it is to make. And once you make it, you will make it again, and that's the other 1/2 cup. So it's got a 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour in there. So, all right, I'm gonna set that aside. We'll get all my dry ingredients in here first. Then I've got sugar, okay? I'm gonna put 1/2 cup of sugar in here. A 1/2 cup of sugar. Okay, there are my dry ingredients. Put my top back on. Close this up. I'm just gonna I just did enough times just so I could get that all mixed together, okay? Now what I'm going to do is I've got vanilla. I'm going to put 1 teaspoon of vanilla in there. One teaspoon of vanilla. And now, give me a second. I'm going to the refrigerator to get my butter, and I'll be right back. Now I've got 2 sticks of butter that I've cut my butter. I've cut my butter in half and in fourths, and I'm gonna cut these into tiny little squares. So, it works better if you put the butter in the freezer for about 10 minutes before you make this. So I just got it out of the freezer. Now, the recipe calls for unsalted butter and to add 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. I didn't have any unsalted butter. I always use salted butter. So I have made it with salted butter before, and it turned out wonderful. So that's what we're using today. But once again, I tell you, use what you have in your pantry. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my butter in here. Okay, I've got my butter all in there. I'll put my top back on here. Okay, and what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to pulse this. Okay, that's all I'm going to do. And what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to make, I want to get this almost like a sandy type consistency. So, all right. What I did before I came on with you guys is I took an 8x8 dish and I just buttered the dish really well. I cut a piece of parchment paper and I buttered that also. And all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to turn this right in here. There's no kneading. There's no rolling out. And we'll take this and we'll push this around, make sure I get this smoothed out. Okay, let me get I want to get this as even as I can in here. Press this down just as even as I can possibly get it. And then what I may do is take a piece of parchment paper, put it in here, and I can press it down really hard with my hands. Make sure it's pressed down really, really hard. My oven's set on 350 degrees, and I'm going to bake this for about 30 minutes. So you see, it's pretty easy to make. Make sure I get this pressed down really good here. It's a little bit higher here than it is the rest of it. Okay, I'm going to put this in my oven for about 30 minutes, and I'll be back with you. Welcome back. I got sidetracked, but our biscuits came out of, butter biscuits came out of the oven, and I took them and I flipped them over, and I cut some of the biscuits in half. They're incredible. The butter biscuits are just unbelievable. They're so soft. It's like a Scotch bread. You really must try these. This would be a great gift to cut in like in little squares, like brownie thing, and put like 4 or 5 in a box and get somebody. If you like shortbread, this is like the best shortbread cookie that I've ever had. So I hope you'll try this. Thanks for following me on Facebook and subscribing to me on YouTube. Try this. It's 2 steps. It was so simple to make, and it's incredibly good. I'm gonna cut the other ones and take them with me tonight and give some as a gift. So until next time, thank you for following me on Facebook and subscribing to me on YouTube, letting me come into your house, be part of your family. Keep on watching. I'll keep on trying to bring you interesting things. Until next time, give yourself a big hug. This is Jim in Mexico saying, I appreciate you, thank you, and God bless.